YouTubers, Brian Proctor back again with another video, and this is action pose position number 33, I believe, or should I call it action pose positions number 33. And what I did with this one is I wanted to show you how to make different poses from basically the same thing. As I say into the video, there's not too many different poses. Once you learn one thing, then you can tweak it to make a bunch of other different things. But I'm not gonna go into that into the intro. This is the final product. So let's jump into the video and you can see how and why I did these. All right, let's roll. All right, so what I want to do is take a position and then tweak it around a little bit to make a bunch of other positions out of it, because I've said before that there really are no new positions, drawing positions. It's basically the same one, twisted a little bit and turned a little bit, and then used. But most people or writers or artists, when they create a character, they each have their own signature position. So this is, I don't want to say this is one of their signature positions, but it is a position that you'll see all the time. And I want to take that position and I want to tweak it a little bit. You might not see it all the time, but you'll understand when you see it. And a lot has to do with the torso. And I want to try to draw about 4 or 5 positions. So I don't want to draw too big. And as I said, it's the torso that once you master the torso, then you're pretty good. So let me just draw it out real quick, and then I'll go over it with on another piece of paper, and you'll see what I'm doing or I did. So just a quick rough. And as I said, I don't want to get it too big because I want to take this position basically and turn it around so that you will understand. So I'm going to get the head, and then the center chest comes here and up. Now around here, and this is the one thing, you don't want this oval too big to whereas the head has to be super big to fit it. So it should fit 3 heads. It should be able to fit on that shoulder. So yeah, put 3 heads on here and mess up my drawing. But unless you're drawing the Hulk type character with the huge shoulders, it should only be about 3 heads. So let me finish this real quick. All right, so we have this. I'm gonna put the arm back, so it's gonna go back. As I said, I don't want to get too big. Because I want to do a few more. Shoulder, delt, chest comes around like this. And you've probably seen that in any flyer. You know, every 3rd or 4th issue is going to take up that position, this position. So you have your diamond right here. Then you have your shoulder, which is going to come basically right or from in this diamond, that part of the diamond. And then your neck comes down to this point here. Your arms go back up, delt, your tricep, and this is, you don't want to make it too long, because if it's going back, you don't want to make it too long. And that's just something with practice you'll be able to get. Because I remember when I first started going to conventions and showing my work to editors, a lot of other people were showing their stuff, and he would get on them for their limbs being too long, or their bodies, the arms and legs out of proportion, basically. And I guess he had seen so many that when he saw mine, he complimented me for having my limbs, you know, in proportion. So, you know, that's one of the few things I took away from going to Comic Cons. And I think I would just detail this in when I ink it, but I just want to show you how twisting position around or using the same position can get you several positions. So I think you can see that. It should be good. Let me darken this leg up. There you have some of the crotch there. And the other leg. So I'm going to take this position and make another position from it. So, using that same, I'm going to go smaller this time. Using that same oval. This time we want to see a little bit more of the body coming down. So basically you can say that is a cylinder, but an oval type cylinder comes down. Same thing for here. We're going to put the head up this time. So put the head here, the neck. Of course, you're going to have your center line. I'm so used to drawing a lot of times that I forget to do my center line. So you got this, the shoulder, the delt. And if you follow these steps, it'll pretty much come out. So where is it? Where is I? Where is I? Like this, my diamond here. And of course, like as I said, your shoulders come out and it goes around the back of the neck. You might not want that big a shoulder, depending on the size of your character. That, and then there's a V. It goes up into the neck. The head could be a little bigger. Like that. So you're coming down, you're having your chest here. You're getting some stomach. Put it in the center, Brian. Another piece of the stomach. And from here, I'm just going down a little bit more and add that part. Yeah. Yeah. No, wait, I want this to curve around more because he would be kind of arched a little bit, like you can't see anyway. So here, so you want that back leg to be kind of up. Like that, and this other leg is going to be bent. It's going to come back from around him. That. So you have the chest, it comes up into the delts. And usually when I do this angle, when I do a looking down angle, I will try to draw the whole piece, which I'm not doing now, chest, and then just one whole piece like that. So the head would be here, and these are your delts. And you have that U right here, collarbone, collarbone. This goes behind the neck. Sorry, my phone just keeps going off. I don't know why it wants to go off now when I'm drawing and filming. So anyway, you have that, like so, and then your arms. And if you want to show more stomach, you can, however. But usually I'll just, as I say, I'll just draw this one piece. Just the shoulders, the torso, that, and then neck goes here, arms come out here. What did you just draw? I don't know. It's one piece like that. But usually only when it's up like this. But for this video, I'm doing the oval and then putting the two little half balls right there, half circles. So we've got this one. This guy's leg is down. Let's say he's looking up. And with this one, we're going to put the arms back. Kind of like a casual fly like this. And I'll do this to determine how long the arms are. And of course, since they're going back, they're going to shrink, just like if you're doing a cylinder going back, it does that. So yeah, so we already have the delts here. Then you're going to have your tricep, your bicep, and then your forearms. And it's going to go back. And again, bicep, tricep, and forearm. And I put a little bit of curve to it so that it just curves. and then your fist. And as I said, I'll even all this up in the wash, even it all up in the wash. Because again, you don't want your shoulders too big, and you want your head and your neck big enough to be a hero's head and neck. Your neck curves in, and then it dips in and leaves these little upside down V's, V, and then put that back in the center. Like that. And there you go with that. Now this leg should be a little bit bigger. Again, watch your proportions, your size proportions. Like that. So that's 2. And as I said, you have to master your torso and then see what you get. So the next one, let's figure, do something over here. So probably gonna get about 5 on this page. So do another one. You got oval here. Sorry, my shoulder. I started working out again, so I have to stretch every now and then. So yeah, you have this. You have your delts, because I want this guy, his arms to come like, his hand to be about right here, and the other arm going back like this. So that delt is going to have to be here. So it's going to be like this. Let's put it this way. Just quick rough. As I say, the hard part of drawing, especially for me, is where to place the hands or the arms and the legs. Like that. And then, am I spitting on my paper? This one's going to be back more. So the head is going to be about right here. Maybe down a little bit more. So if I put the chest here, because this arm is going back, so this center line has got to be curved or tilted over. Tilted over? Yeah. Tilted over. So chest, and then your delt, tricep, bicep, comes in, so your elbow's going to be here going down, so you're going to see a little curve around there. This, and then your wrist, and bend that arm like so. So with this, if I do a fist, the fist should be higher, or here if I do a fist, or wait, let's try this. Chest going down at an angle. So your since it's going to be in perspective, the bicep, tricep is going to come around like this. Of course, your collarbone again here, that diamond here, right in here, because let's see how it fits. Try to explain how it fits. You have the diamond. Round this diamond off, your delts fit around that, like that. And then your arm, of course, comes down like that. Your shoulder, that shoulder part, actually, it's kind of almost like it's part of that delt muscle. It might just be, but it comes around behind your head. Your head is about right here. About right here? Your head would be right here is your neck. And then that shoulder comes down like that. And then, of course, as I said, on that end of that diamond is your delts. So this is your collarbone right here. Actually Collarbone is kind of like this. You know, this is split between the center line, and then your chest comes, and it comes right on the end of, well, let's say halfway. The delt is a point. It would be about halfway. So this just would be here. But as long as you get this part right, you're pretty good. And as I say, your neck, you have that muscle that comes down to that point here. This part actually comes around, comes down and around, and you have that upside down V, because it will curve around like this, go down, and it dips down into here. It comes up like that, and it comes back up again. And then down again, up over here, down, up over here, down, and around. It's kind of weird, but once you study it, you'll be able to get it. Did you actually see that, or was my hand covering it? I think you saw that. So let's try this, or try this. Let's do this. I will. Okay, so you have this, the bicep here, and you're going to see part of the forearm. So I'm going to put a hand, maybe let's say the hand. As I say, this is like nothing new, because you see these positions over and over again. It's just basically, how much are you going to tilt the torso, and something. I lost that one. How much are you going to tilt the torso, and what are you going to do with the arms and legs? There you go, got it back. And that, and your thumb, like that. As I said, I'll do the detail and the inking. Just want to get you guys to see how easy it is to change positions around using basically the same position, if I can say that. And you have to be careful about this leg. You don't want it too short, you don't want it too high. Unless it's going backwards, then you really won't see a lot of this inner thigh if the leg goes back. So let's get this head. Okay, this is tilted that way, so that head, and you have to get that head, remembering that 3 heads should fit, unless you're doing a Hulk type. Make sure I'm still recording. So let me get 2 more. All right, let's stick them up here. So again, with the oval, not too big. I mean, if you have to put the head there, go ahead and put the head there. Like if I did the head here, that head is too big. Now I'm darkening that. That head is way too big for this oval here. So always draw light. And somebody asked me, why do I keep doing that? I keep doing that till I get the size that I want, and then I bear down a little bit more on my pencil to get that right, or to get the darkness that I need. As in, I'm happy with this size. I can start out with this size, and then I'll start to come down, and I'm saying, oh, I'm happy with that size, so I'll make that one darker. Where is my old eraser? I have my new eraser here, which I don't want to use it because I still have a little bit on it, but let's baptize it and erase. That's the only bad part about a red pencil. It's just really hard to erase. Whereas the blue pencil is more, it's non-photocopyable. Center line, where's the bottom of your neck? That's going to be your collarbone. So I'm going to have his head down more into that position. So let's do this, chest, and determining where the arms are going to be also points to how the delts should be. Like this guy, I'm gonna have his delt here because I'm gonna have one arm back, both arms back, but one arm back a little bit more. So in that case, I should have done the single piece like that, like I was showing you earlier. Got that, and then this one's gonna come down and maybe be about right here. Here's my diamond. The delt goes around the back, but I want to bring it down. So I want to give more back, show more back, like that. So at that point, my delt's gonna come here. So we got that. I think that looks fairly good. One here, one down here. Collarbone. So the collarbone is gonna have to come down here because, as I said, it's gonna be in the center of that delt, that half circle. Like that. So this guy is a little bit off, but I'll adjust him because I kind of want him off-centered a little bit. Like that. So then we have, going back again with that cylinder. How far do you want to go back with that cylinder? So twist that a little bit so you have this. You have this, and it's gonna, the whole thing is round. So when you're doing the abs, you want to try to keep it round. This is the first set, second set. Draw Brian, and the third set, getting closer and closer because he is going down, tilting down. And then you have your line here, and you're gonna have your, man, this glasses just kind of got blurred a little bit. You know, the center of your crotch is gonna be at the center line, and your I forgot what this is called. Anyway, that's life. I'll get it in a second. Is that the obliques? Anyway, the love handle part. Is it your obliques? I believe it is. Curve around, around, around. And you really won't see any lats on any of these if I'm not mistaken, because when your arms go back like this, you don't see your lats. It just, you know, unless you have like wings, those Black Bolt type wings. Black Bolt from the Inhumans. Look it up. So this one is going to come. It's going to be short. Put some square to his legs. That's the fusion. Like that. So, as I said, the hard part is where you're going to put the arms. So on this one, more like, I might bring that down just a little bit. That shoulder down a little bit. Like that, but I want that arm to be about right here. Chest comes up like that. This goes back. Here's your shoulder muscle. Palm, fingers 1, 2, 3, which makes 4. The other one is going to go back a little bit more. So I'm looking at this. And one thing you should not do is, when you first start drawing, this is when you first start drawing, don't try to draw perfection. Don't think that, oh, I'm going to draw this and I'm going to get it right. Because when you first start, you know you're going to get it wrong. So I tell people, don't buy an expensive drawing pad first or right off the bat. When if you say to yourself, hey, I'm going to do this, I'm going to start drawing figures or doing comics or whatever, but I have to practice. In your practice, use the cheapest thing you get. Get a newsprint board, and then newsprint paper, and then draw. And whenever you draw, don't try to draw a finished product. Just say, this is sketching. I'm not even going to ink it or detail it or anything like that, so that you won't be afraid to do. Because a lot of times people in the beginning, they'll try to draw something perfection and they're not ready, and then it doesn't come out, and then they get mad and then throw the paper down or throw it away or whatever, and they don't draw anymore because my camera froze. I don't know why. I'm in the middle of telling you guys something. I looked up at my monitor and it froze. So let me stop this and then do it again. I don't know what the deal is, but I don't want to get on a roll and then not be able to finish. As I was saying, if I can remember, don't try to get something and draw it to completion. You should, at least a year, you should be drawing. Just get as much reference material as you can and just draw as much as you can for that first year, and then get you a nice sketch pad when you're ready. Because I think I have 2 really, really expensive sketch pads that I have maybe done 3 drawings in, and they are so old. I think the paper might be turning yellow now because I kept saying, oh, I'm not ready yet, I'm not ready yet, because I don't want to mess up some really good paper and a really good sketch pad, or sketch book, excuse me, not even a pad, it's a book. And then put some ugly drawings in it, shall we say. So yeah, in the beginning, don't spend $20, $30 on a sketch book. Get the cheapest thing that you can find. Try to find like 2-for-1 sale or something like that. I found many of those at the art store. And then just play with it. And then save the good stuff for later. All right, so I think you can see that. And let's try one more. All right, let's try this one here. Again, we're going to do the oval and center line. I'm going to put the head, and the head is subject to change. You can drop the head down, put it up. Depends on if the person's looking up at you or not. So do this. This is my chest. So what I want to do is, okay, let's do this. Collarbone. And I want to do the hands in front of you. So I want to, and I have to see it to believe it. I have to see it. Rough sketch first. So it's going to be there. Your arm's going to be here, under that, coming out. So the other part of your arm is going to be here. And it's like the snowman. When I showed you guys how to do a snowman in old video. If you're doing a snowman like this, like that, 3 balls on the snow. So if you're looking straight down at it, it would look like this, and like that. Yeah, the balls got bigger. But if you want to look at it at an angle, it's going to look like this, and like this. Same way you would do an arm. So if I did a fist on that, which side would that be? It'd be like this. No, it'd be this side. It'd be that side. 3 fingers. I don't know. It'd be one of these sides. So this would be your, that's the wrong side. This would be your delt. Would that be your delt? I'm still fighting the side. Anyway, this would be your forearm here. And your bicep would be here. This little one here. Man, what? Okay, yeah, I got it now. Thank you. Crazy. So anyway, this would be your I'm losing it. Am I tired? Your bicep, and then your forearm there. 3, and put each to each other. You would see some of this first. See some of that, and the fist would come, the fingers would come in like that. This would go up into your fingers. So yeah. Now the more you straighten it out, the less you would see of this. It would get closer and closer like that. So this is what I'm trying to do here, but you're gonna put the hands, I'm gonna put the hands here, which I don't really, I'm not really seeing this, so I might switch positions before I get too crazy with it. Because this was always the front facing perspective, because I would always put the arms wrong with they go out, your elbows go outside, your elbows are always going to go down here. I'm going to change this one, but I want to show you what I'm saying. Hands here, elbow would be right here, you would see a little bicep here, and then your tricep. So let me pencil that, because this is one, there are several positions I always shy away from doing, because I always put the arms out too far when I want the arms right in here. So let me do this again for you in pencil, because I hate to try to do something and not be able to finish it. You would see some hand here. You would see the fingers, as I said in that last one, like that. Your elbow is always going to come out. You have your bicep and your delt, like that. And then you would have, this one you would have your lats come down. Here's your chest. You would see some of the ribs right here, the stomach right here. And then if you wanted to put a foot like that, you could do that. Somebody says, Brian, since you got it all the way, why don't you just fix it up? Because I don't want the arms this far out. Prime example of why I say sketching something cheap. Let me give it a shot. Let me give it a shot. This is where most people will say, oh, I can't do it. I give up. I give up. So again, this, and this. Collarbone, center line, chest. The chest would be narrow, because when you bring your arms up, your chest narrows out, goes up into here. Now this is the part that gets me. Where do I want to put the hands? And somehow my hands always end up way out too far. I did one video where the guy was crashing through the wall, and it was the same thing. I wanted the hands close, but for some reason, they were out too far. So let's do this real quick. Go back to what I was doing. That, you have your rib cage right here, and then your lats. Rib cage, and your lats. There. So if I want to put the hands about right here. And the thing is, when you do perspective, you do like big hands, it covers everything up, and that's something I didn't want to cover everything up. Let me do it in a pencil, because I could probably see better. These are my hands. These are not my hands, these are the hands of the drawing, like that. So you will see this arm comes out. Elbow is going to be here, like that. So you won't really see any bicep. You might see some here. And then the rest is just your delt, your chest. So again, this hand is going to be close in. Your elbows pointing out that way. So if you do like this kind of shape there with a point to it, you'll be good. And then you see some bicep. But again, that's out too far for the elbow. As I said, there are some positions that I shy away from, that you need to, or I need to draw more of, because you're going to have to do it. That's like perspective. For the longest time, I drew people in the woods, and I wouldn't do perspective shots. But it comes a time where you're going to have to do it. It's just like no ifs, ands, or buts. You have to do it. I'm not really liking this one, but for the sake of you guys seeing it, I went that far. And then it could be just like that, or you could have like a foot here, a foot here. You could have Notice that the leg, one of the legs come out. Did you just forget how to draw a leg? Like that. You can have part of the other leg like this. You could have part of the other leg with the foot like this. So it's just tweaking and adding bits and pieces to change your position. It also depends. I mean, if he was, that's kind of a slow fly because you see parts of his legs. Now, if he started to speed up, it's just like a sail or something. The wind would like really push his feet and legs back up. So he would end up doing a fast fly like this without seeing anything else. Like so. So if I did the hands. See, as I said, that reminds me of that other video I did with the guy crashing through the wall, which I wasn't really happy with that picture. That was truly one I wasn't happy with. So let me, because I'm not happy with this and I don't want to put it up, you saw the steps. Let me change this position. Give me another position to play with. And all right, let's try this one. Same thing. Make this a little smaller. Oval. I'm gonna put the head down. Okay, let's just do the oval. Both arms are gonna be back, more back than this one. So because they're back, we're gonna put the delts back as well. Instead of putting them on the side, we're gonna be like this. Spine, delt, chest, center that, chest, and your triangle, diamond, Brian, diamond. So yeah, I'm gonna put the head down on this guy because he's got his arms back, he's pissed off. Let's put the head on last. Let's just do this. So we have the delt. Here. And the delt has 3 parts. Put this arm here. This bicep here. This other bicep back here. And it's going back, so you're not going to see much of it because this delt covers it. And then we want to put this here, the forearm. Like so. Even that out. I guess I could have evened that out. The back. So I'm going to put the head about right here, because as I said, he's mad. The more you put the head down into the body, like this guy's calm because his head is up. Pull it over. His head is up. The more you put the head down, the madder the person would be without facial expression. So we have this. Now again, I'll turn that leg in this time. Instead of straight down, bring it in. Like that. And then you can leave it like that, or you could bring the other leg out just a little bit. And then you could see the other part of the leg, the calf, and then the foot. Like that, kind of like he's coming up at an angle. Just because you can probably put the other foot here, part of the leg here, and the other foot here, which I'm not going to because that's kind of twisted. So for this, more angle, calf, knee right there, and the foot. And remember, you have to be leery of how long that leg comes out, how far that leg comes out, and then I guess maybe you would see some stomach here, maybe not, because those shoulders are coming down. So I'm not going to show the stomach. Put the head on right, then ink this thing. And if you have a sketchbook, or not even book, sorry, just some sketch paper, you don't even want to get a book at this point. Sketch paper, you can just do stuff like this. You know, just keep doing stuff. Don't, as I said, don't try to draw to perfection. Just draw something like this and put a head on it and put the delts however you want it, and put one hand back or up or down or however you want it. And this is how you should start sketching, just like this, in a line. Depends on how much torso you want to see, torso, hips you want to see. Then your leg, like that. You can have the other leg back. Put the other part of the leg on there. It takes many different forms. Now it's from a flying to a running. You can have that other foot out like that, or you can change to where, like this, with a guy, you got, what am I trying to say? Where he's standing, just more of an upshot now. But yeah, just play with it. You know, just keep sketching, keep sketching. This is why I'm saying get some cheap paper that you don't care about. Delt, arm, fist is here, there, right there. That you don't care about, that you're not going to keep your drawing anyway. And then just sketch until your hand is loose. Until your hand is loose, keep your hand loose and just keep sketching. What is with me in drawing the wrong thumb? The thumb is on the inside. I don't know why that doesn't look right, but anyway, thumb is on the inside. Yeah, anyway, keep sketching like so. So with this one, I'm going to ink this or detail this and then ink this, but I'm going to ink it in fast motion so that you guys won't have to sit there and endure me drawing. All right, so let's speed up this drawing and then see what we come up with. Sorry, hiccups. Okay, so before I go into fast motion on this, I want to say this. I had a subscriber, I hope he's a subscriber, write to me and ask me could he use one of these action pose positions for his character. And I told him yes, he could. And the reason why I'm doing this is actually two reasons why I'm doing this action pose position stuff. Is one, so that you can learn how to draw the action pose positions, and two, that the hopes that you will see your character in one of these positions and then draw it for your character. That's why I always leave the faces blank, so that you can see your character in this position. I mean, I could draw little teeny faces or expressions and so forth in there, but I want you to see the position and say, oh, Killer B would look good in that position, you know, your character. And then you draw that with your character's face on it, and maybe put some kind of little background to it, and for a nice little poster or whatever, or practice, or just whatever. So that's the reason why I'm doing the action pose position of the week series. So now that you know that, yeah, please feel free to use one of these, you know, trace it if you have to, or what should I say, screenshot it, print it out, trace over it, or however, whatever gets you to draw and to get you to learn, go for it. So yeah, enough of that. Let's speed draw this. Okay, so there you go. That was like having to draw a whole comic page. So we have these 5 positions. Basically, it's the same, but tweaked around a little to make it different. So follow these steps. As I say, learn to do the torso. And then once you have the torso down, just trying to position the arms and the legs different ways will change your whole drawing. So with just learning like one little piece, you can get half a book done just using that little piece. So as I catch a deep breath from having to do all that inking and drawing, I'm trying to think what else it is that I want to say to you guys. I can't think of it. I always think of it as soon as I stop the video. But anyway, as I said earlier, feel free to use these sketches to draw your character's face. As I say, screenshot it, print it out, whatever, you copy, paste, whatever you want to do to it. Whatever it takes to get you enthusiastic about drawing and to keep you going. So, other than that, I guess I will see you guys in the next video. Later.